Good day, everyone. This is Mr. Green here, and I'd like to welcome you to the, whatever you want to call this, online YouTube St. Joan of Arc 2019-2020 Athletic Banquet. First of all, I'd like to say that I appreciate everything that we've been doing right now. From all of the coaches who have sent me videos to the individual coaches and teachers that have helped me through with this online stuff, the computer stuff, and specifically I want to point out right now Peyton Plesh, a young grade 11 student who happened to accidentally be my peer tutor when we went into pandemic stage, and so he helped instrumentally get this all and put this all together. As you can see, I'm standing beside my computer because this is where I've spent most of my time for the last 3 months. Now, at this time in the banquet, I usually give kind of a state of the affairs of St. Joan of Arc athletics at the time. So I'm going to try to do that, but the first thing I'm going to ask you to do, and it's a favor from everyone who's watching this presently. If you're watching this right now, it's probably taped. What that means is everybody has access to this. What I don't want you to do, because I know you have instant gratification social media abilities, but if you find that somebody won an award, please don't immediately text them or FaceTime them or whatever you want to call it. Let them see it themselves. So at least wait till maybe Sunday or so, a day or two, to find out so that everyone else can actually see or watch the awards without knowing that they perhaps won the whatever award is that they've won. Please let them experience it for themselves, because that's part of the great process. Now, as we go, I want to talk about the year just very quickly, because I know we want to move on and be rather brief, but we've had a number of successes this year. Individually, we have had a cross-country gold medal winner, swimming gold, swimming medals, a Nordic OFSA competitor, tennis OFSA competitor, and golf OFSA competitor. And they didn't always get to go simply because the sports got canceled, but we had these OFSA competitors. In terms of team sports, we've had all kinds of successes, from our soccer team that qualified for OFSA, our football team that actually got to play in an OFSA game, and our girls hockey team who rose to the occasion to get to OFSA. Of course, it got canceled a few days later. And we've had so many other teams play in the GB finals, only to fall just a little bit short. I want to say it's been a pretty tremendous year. And I want to thank all of you athletes, all of you student athletes who are here watching this right now, who have participated, who have given. Now, why am I wearing a suit? I'm wearing a suit for one reason. I wore this suit a few years ago to honor some coaches that were leaving. What I'm doing right now is I'm dressing my best to honor those graduating students who are not getting the opportunity to experience their last banquet, prom, graduation, or just simply say thanks for everything you've done at this school. I'm going to say that I wish you the best of luck, and I'm going to say how proud it's been to be involved with you. And that's what the suit's for, because you deserve it. And for those of you who are leaving the school, thank you, and all the best. All right? Now, we're going to proceed with this. You're going to see all the awards, but before we start, I'm going to ask Ms. Zyla to just say a few words to greet you, and then we will proceed with the festivities. Good luck to everybody. Congratulations to all the winners. I hope that September means that we're out banging heads and playing football and playing soccer and doing the things we do. We will get to it eventually, and I just can't wait. So enjoy the banquet. Thanks very much.
Hey JOA athletes and coaches. As you know, it's this time of year that we're typically walking into the school, into the CAF, grabbing our tables, sitting with our teammates and enjoying a pretty awesome meal and celebrating you, our student athletes. I'm so happy that we were able to have this evening, and thank you to Mr. Green, Ms. Goretz, and all of our coaches in allowing this opportunity to take place virtually. I do want to take a couple of seconds to thank both you, our athletes, and our coaches for the tremendous amount of time that you've put into your sport. And for many of you, that's more than one sport. Thank you to our student athletes for balancing both your athletics and your academics and representing JOA so proudly in our community. And a huge thank you to our coaches for the amount of time that you put in outside the school day in mentoring and coaching our athletes. I know very much that it's these opportunities that add to your high school experience, and I know that there'll be memories that you cherish for a very, very long time. I hope that you enjoy this virtual banquet. I can't wait to see you guys again, but until then, stay safe and God bless. Take care.
This year's Junior Football Awards go to Ethan Travis as our Most Valuable Knight and Eli Shepard as our Coach's Choice Award. Congratulations, guys.
It's Mrs. D here. I'm here to announce the winners of your 2019-2020 Cross Country Team Awards. In case you didn't know, our team is made up of 3, mini teams. So our novice division, which is grade 9, junior, grade 10, senior, grade 11, and 12. So our first award is the novice MVK. And this award goes to an individual who is just an all-around outstanding runner, but also an outstanding teammate. So congratulations to Kyla Martin. Our second award goes to a grade 10 Knight who showed a lot of grit and a lot of determination. She set goals for herself at the beginning of the season. She worked hard to achieve those goals and made it all the way to OFSA. So congratulations to our junior MVK, Tatum McLean, and our senior MVK, again, always has a lot of inner motivation, works hard to get to where he wants to be. He's an excellent teammate, a great role model for the new Knights coming in. He was 3 places shy of qualifying for OFSA this year. Congratulations to Tiago de Oliveira, your senior cross-country MVK. Okay, and our last award is our Coach's Award, which we are going to give to a grade 9 student this year. And before I tell you who that student is, I want to say how impressed we are, Ms. McCormick and Ms. Flesh and myself, with all of our grade 9 students who came in. They fit seamlessly into the team. They were very spirited, they supported their teammates, and we had a lot of fun with them. So this year's Coach's Award was also an athlete who worked very hard and qualified for OFSA as well, and that is Nick Lamont. So congratulations, Nick. Congratulations to all our Knights. All of our runners did a fantastic job this year, and we cannot wait to see you next year in our sport. Take care, everybody.
The boys varsity soccer team had a successful season, winning their GB final in a thrilling game against Bear Creek. It's unfortunate the boys were unable to complete their season at OFSA this month. We are giving MVK awards to 2 graduating athletes that can single-handedly change a game and lead by example. Each contributed to goals throughout the season, and especially in the finals. Congratulations, Liam DeLise and Patrick Braun. We are also giving Coaches Awards to 2 athletes who were instrumental in our success. Although they possess quiet nature, Ethan Reed and Tiago de Oliveira played a loud game and showed total commitment to their teammates and coaches. The coaches would like to thank all graduating players for representing St. Joe Park.
This is Mr. Green again, and this is our flag football presentation for the athletes, top flag football players. First of all, I want to thank Miss Green for coming out and helping this year. It's something to live in Collingwood and be a brand new teacher at the school and still make a commitment, and it was really great that you were able to do that, because eventually I'm going to give this team to you, Miss, and you're going to have to run with it. So thanks a lot, Miss Green. Thanks to everybody on the team. It was such a joy. Flag football, I always loved reffing, and I'm certainly really enjoyed coaching. We had a number of excellent players this year, a lot of talent. talent, but we've chosen these two players as our award winners. As a team, we did get to the GBSSA Championship this year, and unfortunately we lost for the second year in a row in the GB Championship game, but what a great season, and what a terrific bunch of girls. Our MVK was somebody who I noticed this year step up right away as a leader on the team. The talent was always there, fabulous athlete, and but this year I noticed that she really focused on being a better leader, a better teammate, a more committed player, and was a game breaker for us. When we needed her on defense or to return kicks, she was there as well. A running back, and she even threw some passes for touchdowns, and that is Anna Boone. Congratulations, you are the MVK of the flag football team. Our Coaches Award winner is somebody who was a defensive leader for us, and also just an overall kind of a great kid to have on the team. And when our quarterback, Claire, got hurt and was unable to play in the championship game, all of a sudden we had Alexis come in, and she played quarterback. And with very little warm-up, with very little preparation, we had to keep the playbook limited. She really came in and did a great job. She's just done such a great job for us defensively and offensively, and just as a great kid. Our Coaches Award goes to Alexis Simpson. Thanks very much, and congratulations to all the winners, and great season, Flag Girls.
Coaching this year's senior girls volleyball team was a very humbling experience. The level of talent from these young women was unbelievable, and throughout the season I had to remind myself that this team consists of mostly grade 11s. Again, the future of Knights volleyball is very strong. On behalf of Mr. Ford and myself, the Most Valuable Knight Award goes to our starting setter, Alexis Simpson, and our Coaches Award goes to team captain, Alyssa Mafra.
Basketball 2019 awards. Congratulations, girls made it to GBs again this year. Way to go. Awards as voted by you are as follows. So MVK Most Valuable Knight, Vanessa Mafra, and Coaches Award this year goes to Jenica Tan. So congratulations. Excellent season, guys. Awards could have gone to, as far as I'm concerned, to many of you. So thank you again for all your hard work and great season.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Thompson. I'm here to talk about the Senior Night Tennis program for 2019-2020. I had 9 awesome athletes who came out and competed at the CSASC tournament. So I'd like to give a shout out to Lucas, to Nick, to Claire, to Anna, to Talia, to Emma, to Jess, to Isabella, and to April. We had a great day at the tournament despite having a significant rain delay to start. We also had 5 players who were able to advance to the GBSSA tournament. So Nick and Lucas, they represented JOA for the boys doubles. I had Anna and Talia, who represented us for the girls doubles, and Claire, who represented us for the girls singles. That day was awesome. Every team played so well, and we came home with 3 bronze medals. I want to say a big shout out to Lucas and Nick. It was their first year playing, and they brought home the bronze. Also, Claire had a great day of play. She met some fierce competitors, and she came home with the bronze as well. Unfortunately, we were unable to attend OFSA this year because it took place in June. So hopefully next year. I would like to also acknowledge this year's Tennis MVK Coaches Award. I've had the honor of working with this athlete for the last 4 years. I've been able to see her develop both on and off the court. I've seen her not only improve as an athlete, but also as a person. And I really loved seeing her help coach and give pointers to all the athletes on our team, and also when she was competing with others who are maybe less experienced at competitions. This year's MVK Coaches Award goes to Claire Brown. Congratulations, Claire. I've had a great time working with you for the last 4 years, and I'm really hoping that next year will be a success as well. Good luck to all the athletes who are graduating, and for those who are coming back, I can't wait to see you in the fall. Take care, everyone.
Hello, JOA sports community. My name is Mr. Nicoletta, and I am one of the coaches for the senior football nights this year, 2019. Here to give away 3 awards. But before I do that, I'd like to give a couple of thank yous and shout outs. The first one being Mr. Mike Green. We'd like to thank him for his hard work and dedication to our football program. And we'd also like to thank the admin staff, especially Miss Natalie Zyla, for helping us in establishing a great rapport with our team and our players as well. I'd like to also give a shout out to the coaches, Mr. Harrington, Mr. Milne, and Mr. Ford, for their great dedication and loyalty to the Knights program, and for being there for me always and having another great season. As well, I'd like to talk to you about our season. It was an interesting and challenging season. We were on the road for most of our regular season games, traveling to Guelph, Toronto, Peterborough, and even Sault Ste. Marie. And of all those games, we were able to be very successful with only 1 loss. And that's a great tribute to the team, all the players that bought in, and their hard work and hard work ethic to become champions. We were able to capture the Catholic title as well, and then we were able to also capture the GB title playing against the Vikings of North Collegiate, and we were able to beat them handily. Then that brought us to OFSA, played the team from Thunder Bay. The boys played their hearts out, but just fell a bit short. But we had another great successful season, and I'd like to thank the entire team and coaching staff for all their hard work for this season. On to the awards. I'd like to start with the first award, and the first award is Most Valuable Offensive Player, and this award goes to Liam Harrison. Liam Harrison was a great talent for us. He has played JOA football for 5 years. He was great at the receiver, also taking back kicks and putting him wherever we needed him, also on defense. He's a great talent, and we wish him luck in his future endeavors. The second award goes to the most defensive player, most valuable defensive player, and that's Aiden Alfieri. Aiden is a great talent as well on both sides of the ball. He was a beast on the defensive line for Mr. Milne. He was able to also show his leadership skills on the field and motivate his players. We'd like to congratulate Aiden on signing a letter of intent with the York University football program, and we wish him luck with his future football endeavors. The third award goes to Daniel Hawthorne, and this is the Coaches Award. Daniel Hawthorne was great for us on and off the field as well. He was great as a great junior quarterback, then was in the secondary role for us, but this year he became a leader and a starting quarterback and really shone for the Knights of 2019. His attitude and leadership are second to none, and we hope him the best of luck in his future as well. A couple of honorable mentions. One is Gavin Wallin. He was a great linebacker for us as well. He played 5 years for JOA, and we thank him for his services. As well, Phil Friesen is another player that was instrumental in for us being successful this season. His no-quit attitude was awesome for us, and we wish him luck in his future endeavors as well. So I'd like to thank Mike Green for putting this together, and I hope everyone stays safe, and hope to see you soon.
Hi St. Joan of Arc, it's me, Miss Roser. I coached the senior girls basketball team this year. We had a fantastic year, going undefeated, winning all of our league games, winning every single tournament that we went into. We ended up losing in the GB finals to a team that won silver at OFSA. I had a fantastic group of girls who worked well together, who came to practice wanting to work, willing to work, getting better every single practice and every single game. I'd like to say congratulations and goodbye to our 3 seniors. I wish you the best of luck and thank you for a great 4 years of being a part of the girls basketball community at St. Joan of Arc. That's Alyssa Mafra, Isabella Randall, and Ainsley Harriman. Thank you. My MVK goes to a player who works very, very hard on her game, on and off the court. She's the last one to leave the court every day at practice. She'll put up extra 20 shots before she leaves. She works hard on defense. She's very consistent on defense. Tons of grit, and she'll sacrifice her body for the ball. Offensively, she's one of the strongest players I've ever seen go to the hoop. She's working on her shot. Her shot gets better and better every year. One of our leading scorers, leading in steals. I really look forward to how her game progresses and how she develops as a player. And that goes to Corey Hook. Congratulations. My Coach's Award goes to a player who has grown so much as a player, as a student, coming in to St. Joan of Arc. She knew what her role was as a player, and that was to play defense. She was crazy defensively. She caused so many turnovers, and she created a lot of steals for other players because of her tough-nosed defense. And I loved watching her play, and that goes to Isabella Randall. Thank you.
JOA, congratulations to all of our athletes in your athletic endeavors this year, and I hope you are enjoying your athletic banquet via video. For the wrestling team, again this year we were small but mighty and have the distinction of being the last OFSA. Hopefully just for this year, and fingers crossed everyone that we are back again ready to roll next year. And at this OFSA is where our most valuable knight on the wrestling team proved their worth. In their grade 9 year, they managed to make it to the Elite 6, which is the top 6 in the province of Ontario. So congratulations to Francesca Lo Greco on being the wrestling team's most valuable knight. For the rest of the team, I hope to see you all in September. Cross your fingers we get to wrestle again next year. And have a great summer, everyone. Stay safe, and we will see you in September. Bye, guys.
It's now Mr. Green here again, and I'm going to present the Junior Boys Basketball Awards. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Levely for stepping up and helping out and being a real good foil, an excellent shooting coach, and a calm in a storm. So I did appreciate Mr. Levely being there. We had a struggle of a year. We had 15 kids. We kept 15 kids, and we just played. We played fast, we played hard, we played pretty sloppy. We beat whoever we should have. Unfortunately, we didn't win a lot of games against teams that were better than us, but it was a fun and a learning season nonetheless. We have decided on our Coaches Awards and the MVK. The most valuable night is a big, strong, tough athlete named Sebastian Loyola. Congratulations, Sebastian. Sebastian is not the greatest shooter in the world. He's not the, but he did work at it. He's worked at everything, and he's certainly worked at his sportsmanship and his leadership and his ball handling and his passing, and look forward to good things in senior basketball from Sebastian. Our Coaches Award went to the guy who generally did everything he could possibly do for the team. He was a starter. He was a guy coming off the bench. He was a grade 10 leader. He was somebody who could shoot a 3 occasionally. He could play the 4 spot for us. He could play the 5 spot for us, and he never complained once. And I think we missed 1 practice the whole year. A really true somebody who coaches could really appreciate, and that is Hudson Paquette. Thanks very much. Congratulations to Hudson, Sebastian, and everyone else on the junior boys basketball team.
The junior girls volleyball team really shows how much volleyball talent there is here at JOA. This tryout process was without a doubt the hardest of my time since I've started coaching here at St. Joan of Arc. The 12 young women that were chosen really show how strong Knights volleyball is and how strong it will be for years to come. The Most Valuable Night Award goes to our team captain, Ella Small, and the Coaches Award goes to Jenica Ton.
Fabulous season. All the coaches are so proud of how every athlete did. Here are the 2 awards for our JOA swim team.
So this year's Most Valuable Night goes to a grade 9 athlete who showed determination and commitment for the entire season. She was at each practice working hard and supporting others, and she won 2 medals at OFSA. This year's award for Most Valuable Night goes to Morgan Murphy.
This year's Coaches Award dedicated all 4 years of high school to be part of the swim team. She has been a leader both on and off the pool deck by actively demonstrating her school spirit and positive attitude. She readily accepts any requests made to her, and over the course of the last 4 years at JOA, she has her school spirit and positive attitude. She readily accepts any requests made to her, and over the course of the last 4 years at JOA, she has several top 8 finishes. This year's Coaches Award goes to Maddie Campbell. Woo! Woo! See you next year.
Members of the senior boys basketball team showed growth as student athletes throughout our 4-month season. They never gave up, even when the score seemed out of reach. Our MVK this year is an athlete who is a tremendous leader on and off the court. He has smart court sense and no slow gear. Congratulations, Patrick Braun. Our Coaches Award is going to a well-spoken, genuine young man who always felt we could work through team issues. He was smaller than his matchups but didn't let it become a disadvantage. Congratulations, Rashawn Clark. Thank you to all graduating St. Joan of Arc Knights. All the best in your future endeavors.
Your senior boys volleyball team continued their development this year with a team that consisted of only grade 11s. These men have been together since grade 9, and their dedication has restarted our senior boys volleyball program here at JOA after a number of years without having a team. The Most Valuable Night Award goes to Taylor Prokopek, and our Coaches Award goes to Richard Rumpf, who played for the first time this year and in only 2 short months became a dominating force on this promising team.
Hi Nordic athletes, Mrs. D'Olivera and I just wanted to say how proud we are of all of you. We had a great season despite disruptions, but we think you all deserve awards, but we only have 2. So the first award goes to a student who's been to OFSA every year since the team was created, and he's a true sportsman-like athlete and a role model for all. This award goes to Tiago D'Olivera. Wonderful job, Tiago. We're looking forward to next year. The second award, the Coaches Award, goes to a student who just joined the team this year, and she worked hard and she's always at practice, and she made OFSA in her first year. Way to go, Amelia, otherwise known as Emma Blinn. Good job, Emma. Again, thank you to all who participated, and thank you to Mrs. D'Oliveira for all of her hard work, because without her, this team actually wouldn't exist. Have a wonderful summer nights. Bye.
Hi guys, hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. This is just a quick wrap-up of the boys varsity hockey team season, and we'll give out our awards for our 2 award winners. The season started, we were a really young team this year. We had 7 grade 9s and another 6 grade 10s, so 13 out of 20 players were in their first 2 years, so it's pretty unusual. Most of the kids that we're playing against usually teams made out of grade 11s and grade 12s, so it's a testament to obviously the skill and the maturity of some of those younger players. So we're pretty excited about having such a good young group. We got off to a bit of a slow start. Unfortunately, we came up in the MCC just a bit short. Unfortunately, we didn't get the cup this year, but based on the amount of youth that we've got and just the talent that's around on this team, we're hopeful that we'll get that cup back soon, and we'll keep it for a long time. So that's the goal. Anyways, we started to get playing well after the MCC, and we really started to roll going into the playoffs. I got in against St. Peter's, a much older team, most of their players were grade 12s, and they expected to walk out with a Catholic championship, but we basically played an excellent game. The kids played awesome, and we won the Catholic championship, so that sent us off to a game against Bear Creek for the GB finals. We were winning that game as well, and unfortunately, with just a few seconds left on the clock, Bear Creek basically tied it up, sending it into overtime. It was a heartbreaker, obviously. We got into overtime, nothing was solved in overtime. Got all the way to a shootout to determine the fate of our season, and unfortunately we came up just a tad shy. So anyways, I'm proud of all the kids for a great year. Shows tremendous promise for the future. As for our awards, with such a young team, it was important that we had some veteran leadership, some older guys that were stepping up and leading younger kids. The first player that we're going to give an award to is our most valuable knight. This guy was probably the best player on the ice. Every time he touched the ice, both games and practices, he was he worked hard. He basically never had a shift off, never had a practice off, and set quite an example. He always led by his example on and off the ice. So we're pretty proud to have him on our team. He was the heart and soul for the last few years, and he was our captain. So our most valuable knight goes to the 2020 Barrie Colt draft pick into the OHL, Jordan Fuller. So we're pretty happy that Jordan's been around to help some of our younger guys, and we couldn't have been successful as we were without him. So congratulations, Jordan. You're the most valuable knight this year for the boys varsity hockey team. The second award that Mr. Nicola and I agreed upon, we could have gone a couple different directions with this. We had such a good young team that we could have kind of given it to one of the younger guys that showed a lot of promise and was going to be one of the future leaders on this team going forward. We had quite a number of grade 9s and grade 10s that had excellent seasons, so could have gone that way, but we decided that we were going to go with another veteran player that he just everything that we asked of him, he was always a positive leader on our team. Echoed whatever the coaches were trying to get across in terms of our message and the expectations that we had, and he's mature beyond his years. He really embodies what a student athlete should be, and he's involved in just about every sport he can be involved in. He's a great kid around the school, a great leader. We were lucky to have him on the hockey team this year, and the second award, the Coaches Award, goes to Peyton Plesh. Congratulations, Peyton, and congratulations to all the athletes in all the sports that were nominated for their particular teams and clubs. We have a lot going on at St. Joan of Arc, and we're really proud to be part of it as coaches, and we're proud of you guys wherever we go. So hopefully we get back at it again in September. Have a great summer, everybody. We'll hope to see you soon. Take care.
Hello, Joan of Arc High School. I would just like to congratulate the girls hockey team on an absolutely fantastic year. They qualified for OFSA, probably would have come in the top 5 if not won it if we had gone. Just a great team, great group of girls. Thank you very much, and I look forward to next season. As far as Coach's Award goes to Emma Astrop. She was an integral part of this team. She helped out a lot with me and the coaching, the GMing, and running the practices and so on. So congratulations, Emma. And MVK goes to Kayla Welk. She was just a goal scoring machine out there. Had an awesome year. What a great hockey player. Congratulations and good luck in the future. Thank you.
Hello everybody, Mr. Green here, and I'm here to present the Badminton Awards for the 2019-2020 season. The season was cut short, of course, but we still had a month to work, or a month and a half to work, and so I want to congratulate first of all our MVK. We had some excellent leadership this year. We had 4 or 5 really strong players. One I was very disappointed didn't get an opportunity to see how far he could travel this year, because he's really improved over the years and he's been an outstanding player for 4 years. So congratulations to Liam DeLise as our MVK this year. Way to go. In terms of the Coaches Award, we did cut down our badminton awards because our season was cut short, but we did have over 50 or so kids out to play badminton. But I'll tell you, the Coaches Award goes to 2 people because they are pretty much inseparable. 4 years of playing together as a team. No one would ever confuse them with being hardcore athletes, but boy oh boy, they were at every practice and they worked hard and they were a joy to coach for 4 years, and boy, I'm going to miss them wherever they go next year, because obviously they're heading off somewhere important, and that's Jessica and Zena. Jessica and Zena Kochi, and Jessica, I can't even remember your last name right now, so you know who you are, and you're terrific girls, and congratulations on being the Co-Coaches Award. And I would just like to say, Miss Jasic and Miss Plesh and Miss Mugi, I want to thank them for all their help this year, and unfortunately we didn't get to really complete the year. Thanks so much.
Good morning, JOA. It's Mr. Taylor, and I'd like to just take a minute and thank all of the golfers that represented us so well during the season. AJ Burke and Jordan Fuller and Daniel McDonald, they all qualified for GBs and golfed well. I hope you guys had fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing 2 of you back next year. And also Sydney White, who qualified for GBs and OFSA. And she competed in the Open Division as a grade 9 student, and she golfed an incredible 80 and 84 when she was down in London, and she placed in the top 20 in the entire province, and for a grade 9 student, that's a remarkable achievement. So good job, Sydney, and I definitely hope to see you next year. So anyway, have a good summer, everyone, and practice up. Take care.
Good evening, JOA. It's my honor to introduce you to the Junior Male Athlete of the Year. In the fall, he was a dominant football player on the defensive end, shutting off the entire half of the field, flipping over to offense, and dominating on the offensive line as well. In the winter, he picked up the basketball, learned a brand new offense, and became, as Mr. Green called him, an unstoppable force, a runaway freight train. This year's Junior Male Athlete of the Year is Sebastian Loyola. Congratulations, everyone. Great seasons.
Hi, St. Joan of Arc. I have the honor to present the award for the Junior Girls Athlete of the Year. This year, our award goes to a young lady with a big heart, a magnetic personality, endless drive and determination, and also she's an incredibly gifted runner. This athlete came to us in her grade 9 year, and she immediately fit in with our team. She was comfortable around everyone, including those scary seniors, and she never missed an opportunity to encourage and support anyone who needed it. Even though she had her own training schedule, she was adamant that she committed fully to our Knights team and was a constant presence at all our practices, always giving 100%. Now let's talk about her successes. This young lady has won every race she has ever run as a Knight, and not just by a little bit. In her GBSSA race, she crossed the finish line and had enough time to rescue a baby turtle from the puddle she had just stomped through before the second place finisher arrived. At OFSA, in Arctic-like conditions, she finished 15 seconds ahead of the next runner, even after battling a terrible cold in the days leading up to that race. I know I speak for Miss Plesh and Miss McCormick when I say that Kyla Martin as an athlete has it all. She has a strong sense of motivation, she has an inner desire to succeed, a sense of belonging and community, she's a natural leader, she possesses humility, and obviously she excels at her sport. And so for those reasons and so many more, I'm so proud to congratulate Kyla Martin, your Junior Girls Athlete of the Year for the 2019-2020 sports season. Way to go, Kyla. We're so proud of you.
Christian Leadership Award has recognized and honored JOA athletes whose outstanding Christian leadership reflects our Catholic gospel values and the qualities that we expect of our JOA Knights when engaged in co-curricular activities. For the 2019-20 school year, this individual provided significant leadership in fostering and promoting a positive culture, and his leadership efforts have had a positive impact, and I'm sure will have a lasting impact on our JOA co-curricular community. Mr. Green refers to him as a man of honor. He communicates with coaches and is supportive of teammates. There's always a positive vibe when he's around. It's been an honor and a privilege to have coached this talented soccer player since he entered St. Joan of Arc 4 years ago. He's always displayed positive leadership qualities while at the same time being very passionate, dedicated, and highly competitive. Whether on the pitch, the basketball court, or the badminton court, Patrick Braun is a positive role model who shares his gifts for leadership in guiding and inspiring a positive community. He recognizes the value in his teammates and has always helped them to develop by sharing his expertise. He has above average character, is skillful and competent, and he serves others expecting nothing in return. Patrick, congratulations. You are definitely well deserving of the Christian Leadership Award. We wish you all the best. Take care.
Hey everyone, it's my pleasure to announce one of the co-recipients of the St. Joan of Arc 2020 Christian Leadership Award to Josh Robinson. I've had the pleasure of coaching Josh the past 2 seasons as he's been an integral part of the Knights football program and the 2 GB championships in the past 2 years. Josh has shown his self-development by playing multiple positions like offensive line, defensive line, running back, and fullback. Josh has a quiet strength about him as well as a physical strength. However, it's his quiet strength that gives Josh and his teammates the confidence to perform and compete at the highest level. During a game, Josh is a great competitor, and he certainly has the physical traits to change and alter a game in our favor. However, it is his admiration to his fellow teammates and his students that truly sets Josh apart. If there is an issue, Josh will raise it. It is this trait of integrity and his devotion to God's will that truly define Josh. Congratulations on the Christian Leadership Award, Josh Robinson.
Hi everyone. I'm honored to have been chosen to speak on behalf of the 2019-2020 Female Athlete of the Year. I want to first congratulate all those Lady Knights who were nominated. The nomination itself exemplifies your excellence in your sport and all the contributions you have given to JOA athletics. The award this year goes to a fierce, dedicated, and highly motivated student athlete, both on the field, court, and really in all aspects of who she is. She was described as a coach's dream, a vocal leader, and a committed athlete, not only this year, but the last 4 years where she has practiced, competed, and had tremendous success within her multi-sport discipline. This September, she started the year off playing and dominating in 2 sports. In flag football, Mr. Green bragged about his QB, a vocal leader who totally took charge. On the tennis courts, she not only helped the less experienced players by offering advice, but she cheered them on during tournaments when she was awaiting her own play. She was invited to represent GBSSA at the Tennis OFSA tournament that was to be held this June. Should it have run, I have no doubt she would have as an exciting and successful year as last. Mr. Hexmer proudly said that his athlete is without a doubt the most analytical and committed to her craft of any of the athletes he's ever coached. He said she would regularly put in extra reps after volleyball practice by herself. He also spoke of the fun, positive energy that she brought to practice, and that her commitment as an athlete goes far beyond her own success to that of the team. Mr. Green also bragged about how strong she was as a badminton player, and still wanting to learn so much more about the game. If you've ever had the opportunity to train or play with this athlete, you know she works very hard for her success. She puts in countless hours in practice at school and also in her own time to benefit her game. She's a natural leader who I've had the pleasure of teaching and coaching during her 4 years at JOA. She's a perfect example of a student athlete. She's a fierce drive to be a single sport athlete, but also excels when put in a team environment. I really can't think of anyone who's more deserving of the award. I am honored to present the Senior Girls Athlete of the Year Award to Miss Claire Brown. Congratulations, Claire.
It's my honor to present the Senior Male Athlete of the Year for 2019-2020. There were many very deserving, outstanding young senior male athletes to choose from this year, but one has risen above the rest. This individual was a mainstay on the soccer team that are now, or we're unfortunately not able to, but we're OFSA bound, one GBSSA. He actually was also in the very same season able to be an integral part of a football team that also qualified for an OFSA game. He was an exceptional athlete and also did some kicking. Now, if that's not enough, he was also a mainstay, a veteran leader on the hockey team, and won one award for the hockey team based on his leadership. And as the badminton coach, I was able to have him on the badminton team, and although our season wasn't very long, it was really kind of fun to watch our 4 top players, Preston and Liam and Claire and this gentleman, go at it at practice every time. Not only were they working hard to get better together, but they were helping the rest of the team rise. He's done a fabulous job at improving himself, at becoming an all-round athlete. The football guys say he could be the best athlete in the team. The hockey guys talk about his leadership, and I'm talking about the way he's developed as a badminton athlete in so many different ways. And of course, his mom didn't want to do this presentation because she was just too nervous. So it is my honor to present the Senior Male Athlete of the Year for Joan of Arc 2019-2020 to Peyton Plesh. Congratulations, Peyton. Well done.